evening, everyone. I'm Frank Novak, and this is Point of Reference. Tonight, we give you a brief introduction to each candidate running for office in the city of Haverhill, incumbent as well as newcomer, in an effort for you to get to know them a little better and help you decide who to vote for on Election Day, November 7th. We're very proud that almost 100% of the candidates took us up on our invitation to help you become a more informed voter. We are talking with Ken Quimby, who's a former Haverhill City Councilor and is trying to get a seat back onto the City Council. And we'll see basically what compelling issues Ken seems to think he'd like to discuss if he were on the council as he runs for election. Welcome to the program, Kenny.
Thank you very much, Frank. I really appreciate being here, and thank you to everybody here at the media.
You know, I've got to ask you this question. You were formerly on the Haverhill City Council, and you are a fixture pretty much in the audience during council meetings right now, and some people may even say that you have a better attendance record than some councilors that are there. But having said that, are there any things that you see the councilors have taken action on during the course of the past year that you would have liked to have had more input on, or would have liked to refine any of those votes, or have them change their minds on some subject matter?
No,
tell us about it.
Frank, really, no. Absolutely no. I just think they're doing fine. Some of the issues, yes, but
such as?
Well, let people of Haverhill talk, able to speak, even, you know, like an open forum at the city council meetings on Tuesday night, and I know one councilor has brought it up, like to do in the school committee. Let somebody come up and speak for 10 or 15 minutes every Tuesday, and I think that should be done. So that's an issue. I think Mr. Bevilacqua, I'm going to mention him, he's brought it up numerous times. And
he got a lot of pushback from that.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's right, because we're taxpayers and we should be allowed to get up and talk on any issue, rather be on the agenda or not. But that's, you know, that's one. Everything else, I'm pretty satisfied with the councilors. They voted for the 2 fire trucks. I'm happy with all 9 for what they did, but we need more of that and so forth. Like the rescue truck, recently I talked to some firefighters, the one they're using that keeps breaking down. So we need to allocate some money, funds, to get a new rescue truck and so forth. So, but those are some of the issues for me as a council candidate. And really, I'm not happy with some of the projects that have gone through the last 2 years.
Such as?
Nobody has brought up, and I'm going to use it when I do my next debate, senior housing. We need projects for the senior citizens. Those are the earfuls I get from the senior citizens. They're building all these apartments downtown and so forth. They should have thought about maybe a senior citizen complex too, because they're on waiting lists waiting to be done for them. And I think that should have been done. If I was on the council, I would have voted no on every project downtown. I'm going to be up front with it right now. That I would have voted no, Frank, because
you would have voted no on projects downtown?
Yes, I would have. Unless you said, if you said senior housing, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be forefront there.
What do you think is well, you were on the city council back in what term?
2007 until 2009.
Okay. That being the case, that's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you see as the landscape as being the biggest issue today versus what the issue was back then? Well, how are things changed for you?
Really, well, it's gone a full circle. 10 years ago, downtown like it is now wasn't here. Now it is, and it's getting better, and there's more things happening. So that's a plus. And I credit the prior administration, maybe Pelosi at the time, or Jim Rurak, and even probably Jim Ferentini. Let me bring it back up. He's the one that brought all that stuff down through here, plus former State Rep Brian Dempsey, you know, and so forth. So I give them a lot of gratitude to the mayor and the current city councils and prior city councilors and so forth. But there still needs to be a lot of work done for the future, and that's public safety, a major issue, and it'll always be an issue with me, public safety. For more police and more fire, I know some of the councils have probably talked about it. And it's great we have 5 police officers, Frank, but I want to see 20 more officers, 30 more officers. We are growing immensely, not just downtown, outside of downtown. When I talk to cops, police officers down at a local coffee shop and here in Haverhill, down the street here, daily, they tell me there's only like 6 or 7 police officers, for the midnight hours, that's not enough to cover the whole city, Frank. We need to address that. I know it's going to take money and it's within the budget, but that needs to be an issue that needs to be addressed. You know, and I'm assuming all the candidates have talked about it, and it's been brought up to the current councilors.
Let me ask
Right.
you a practical question for practical application. And we were talking about, I think a lot of people are in line with you. They'd like, instead of having 5 police officers come on, they'd like to have 20 or 25 officers come on. If that would be the case, and understanding that you have a finite pool of money in the budget, from a priority standpoint, in order to achieve that goal, what would you take away from in order to fund the extra officers?
See, that is an issue I cannot give you an answer right now, Frank. I'm
Okay.
going to be honest and upfront.
I'm just asking about priorities.
Priorities, you know, and I don't want to take nothing, well, the school side, we only handle the money side. We don't handle.
That's policy for the school committee.
Right, school committee. So for city council, all right.
But that's your biggest expenditure as a school.
Right, exactly, I know it is, you know, because I've heard the mayor brought it up numerous times, and the city councils, when I go weekly meetings and so forth. So I have to really look, Frank, what I have to cut, and I don't want to do that, but we might have to do that. I don't know yet, so I can't give you a direct answer on that, Frank.
Okay, if you were to be elected to the Haverhill City Council and gain a seat back on the council, what would be the first thing that you'd want to propose?
Okay, salary increase. Not a time to have councils get a salary, and that is burning me one side to the other.
They already voted on
Yeah,
that.
I know, and that's wrong.
Would you vote to repeal it?
Yes, I will, and I'm going to see what I can do. What can I do about that? Maybe nothing, but I'm willing to cut my own salary. I won't take it. I know one of the councilors, if you don't want the salary, you don't have to take it. And that is one of my main issues besides the public safety. Not the time for salary increases for city council. If I was running for the other boards, be the same thing. Not the time for salary increase. The mayor, yes, whoever is the mayor, but council, no. We all have regular jobs, Frank, outside of it. And I would like to do this. Also, cut the benefits right out from this time forward. So if I get elected, I don't propose any future councilors are not allowed to get a retirement plan no matter what. No, no, no. If they're there, if some of the councilors are there for the money, they don't belong there. And I'm not one for there for the money. I am there for the people. They're going to employ me for the next 2 years to look out for their best interests and work for them and so forth. And they should have any time they want to speak about something, Frank. But thank you.
With those people that would like to be able to find out more about what your positions are on some of these issues, they can be in contact with you either through your website, your campaign literature, things of that type. They'd be able to get in touch with
Yes,
you on
they
that.
can. Yeah.
Because it's important to be able to have everybody turn out as much as they can on November 7th. And any last parting phrase that you'd like to say before we wrap up?
No, just thank you very much. I appreciate being here, and I appreciate your vote on November 7th. Kenny Quimby Jr., number 5 on the ballot. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Kenny, for being here. We wish you the best of luck in the upcoming election. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back with more. I hope that this program has been a point of reference for you. And until next time, my name is Frank Novak, and thanks very much for watching. And remember to vote on November 7th.